In the past few days, we've seen a lot of talk about US military aircraft being deployed to the Middle East. F-22s, F-35s, F-15s, bombers, carrier groups. But here's the problem. Most people don't actually understand what each of these aircraft does. And that matters, because if you know which planes are being deployed, you can understand how serious this really is, and what kind of operation may be coming. So in this video, I'm going to break down every major aircraft involved, what each one is designed to do, and what their presence really tells us.
Some of the songs they would at times have lyric content that went beyond just the dance of the songs. And the one thing that I sensed was
Buddy, you're going to extend that time out.
the like-minded people that all of us love to at home.
Welcome to Boom Department.
Let's start with the most famous one, the F-22 Raptor. This aircraft exists for one purpose: to own the sky. It was designed purely for air superiority. Its job? Eliminate enemy aircraft. Nothing else. When the F-22 controls the airspace, every other aircraft can operate safely. Bombers, strike fighters, surveillance planes. Now, yes, technically the F-22 can carry bombs, but realistically, it will not be used for ground attack. Other aircraft do that better. The F-22 is expensive, it's rare, and the United States is the only country that operates it. So if multiple F-22s are in the region, that tells you one thing: the US is not playing around. Now let's move to the F-35. This aircraft is different. It can perform air superiority. It can strike ground targets. But its real strength? Stealth. If a strike begins, the F-35 will likely be one of the first aircraft to enter enemy airspace. Its mission? Destroy air defenses. Using guided bombs, it slips in undetected, hits radar systems, missile batteries, key infrastructure. Now, imagine enemy fighters scramble to intercept. That's when the F-22s step in. Not in front, behind. The F-35 attacks. The F-22 protects. That is how modern air warfare works. And there are multiple variants deployed. F-35A for the Air Force, F-35C for the Navy, F-35B operated by the UK, and the Israeli F-35I. These aircraft will almost certainly be used. Now, this is where it gets interesting. The F-16CJ, also known as the Wild Weasel. This aircraft has one very specific job: destroy enemy air defenses. It carries AGM-88 HARM missiles. How do they work? Enemy radars emit radio waves. The missile detects those emissions and flies directly toward the source. In simple terms, if the radar turns on, it dies. Wild Weasel pilots are specially trained for this mission. They do not fly like standard F-16s. Their entire purpose is to neutralize surface-to-air missile systems. Systems like the S-300 or S-400. Now we move to the EA-18G Growler. This is electronic warfare. Instead of destroying radar physically, it jams it. It disrupts radar, GPS, communications. It floods the electromagnetic spectrum so enemy systems malfunction. But here's the catch. The moment you activate a Growler, the enemy knows something is happening, because suddenly their systems start failing. The Growler can also fire AGM-88 missiles, so it overlaps with the Wild Weasel role. The difference? The Growler belongs to the Navy. The Wild Weasel F-16 belongs to the Air Force. In real operations, they work together. Now let's talk about the F-15 Strike Eagle. This is the heavy hitter. 2 crew members, massive payload, bombs, cruise missiles, air-to-air missiles. If you need to carry a huge amount of ordnance and hit multiple targets in one mission, this is your aircraft. It's versatile, it's powerful, and in this scenario, it will likely play a major role. Now remember, air wars are not just about fighters. The E-3 Sentry, the E-2 Hawkeye. These are flying radar command centers. They monitor the airspace, coordinate fighters, detect threats hundreds of kilometers away. Reports suggest multiple E-3 aircraft are already deployed. That's significant. You don't deploy that many unless you're preparing for something big. Now we reach the real escalation signal. Bombers, the B-52. Used for long-range cruise missile strikes, sustained campaigns, massive payload, proven logistics. The B-1B Lancer carries the largest bomb load, faster, more flexible in contested airspace. And then, the B-2 Spirit, the stealth bomber. If you see B-2s involved, that means deep penetration, surprise strikes, major escalation. Bombers tell you the scale. Fighters alone, limited strike. Bombers involved, strategic campaign. None of this works without aerial refueling. Tankers orbit over Saudi Arabia, Iraq, Jordan, constantly refueling fighters mid-air. Without them, there are no long-range strikes. They are essential, and they require protection themselves. Then we have maritime surveillance. The Strait of Hormuz, critical for global oil flow. If Iran attempts to disrupt it, the P-8 Poseidon and MQ-9 drones will monitor everything. Tracking movement, mapping patterns, preparing responses before anything happens. And finally, carrier strike groups. When people say the US sent a carrier, they often forget something. It's not just aircraft. It's ships loaded with Tomahawk cruise missiles. Dozens, sometimes over 100. If 2 carrier groups are present, that is an enormous amount of strike capability. So here's the key takeaway. Every aircraft has a specific role. F-22, air dominance. F-35, stealth strike. Wild Weasel and Growler, destroy air defenses. F-15, heavy strike power. Bombers, strategic escalation. Tankers, mission enablers. Surveillance aircraft, battlefield awareness. When you see which aircraft are deployed, you can read the strategy, and that tells you how serious the situation really is. If you found this useful, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.